Okay, little tiny bit more grinding, and I think, what was I doing? Oh yeah, hold on. No, there we go. Huh. Okay, hopefully it's just a little bit more grinding, and then that's a little bit more than, oh dear. And just, oh dear. Okay. That's a little bit more than I thought I left off with, but after the last 2 days I've had, I can't remember anything. It's been nothing but non-stop painting for 2 days straight. And now it's back to nothing but non-stop grinding, I guess. Oh well. It is what it is. I don't think it'll be too long. I hope. Either way. I'm getting to the Elite Four tonight one way or the other. I'd like to get to start on that Pokopia stuff at some point. It seems even when I finished it, I can't escape from it. That's okay. Oops. Well, 5 of them. Here we go. So much paint. Oof. Yeah, there's paint everywhere right now. I've really got to work on cleaning it up at some point. Things get pretty chaotic when there's paint involved. Sometimes I paint on canvas. Very rarely I paint on canvas. This time it was actually miniatures. For a Robinson Crusoe game, I think. The scary part is trying to figure out what I should be charging for this. I didn't think of a price beforehand, and I'll be honest, I'm probably just going to be too scared to ask for anything in return. It's just been a lot of painting. I feel like I probably should charge something for it. I never feel like my stuff's good enough. You know? I mean, it's probably better than I think it is. It's just like the fate of every artist, right? To develop imposter syndrome. Huh. I've got to figure out how to stand up for myself. My last attempt at painting on commission didn't go so well. As in, I painted at least a good 12 Marvel Rival miniatures and never got paid for it. That's okay. I got some good pictures out of it. I understand there were outside circumstances going on with the person who asked for them, but And I've still got the other half of their miniatures held hostage. I might just paint them and, like, sell them on eBay or something. I could probably recoup my costs at least. I'm not the greatest painter in the world, but I think I'm pretty good at the color matching at least. Which is pretty important when it comes to something like Marvel Rivals, because, you know, people are gonna expect those to be in certain colors. Very, very certain colors. And I'm pretty good at picking those out. That's because of a traumatic experience I had with an art teacher one time. He brought in cupcakes, and he brought in white icing, and he brought in food coloring. And he'd made us bring paint chips in that day, and he didn't let us eat the cupcakes until after we'd successfully mashed the icing exactly to the paint chips. That was a bad day. I did get a lot of cupcakes at the end though, so... I guess it had some upsides. I healed you up, but... Yeah, okay, good. I got to see the last bit of the Amazing Digital Circus last night. That was a lot of fun. Maybe fun's not the right word exactly. I'm glad I got to see it in theaters. There we go. That might be a better way to phrase it. It was funny because I was wondering if the end was just as polarizing in real life as it is in Twitter, but turns out it is, I guess. I came out of the theater saying that this was great. This was probably the best possible ending in this situation. I'm glad they ended it the way they did. I mean, this is kind of what it had been building towards for a while. But then another group of people came out saying that this was a terrible ending. And just a cash grab. And I mean, yeah, they did advertise merch at the end. But I think people who say things like that aren't people who are super invested in the animation industry as a whole and don't seem to understand the sheer amount of money this stuff takes to keep running. Especially if they don't have, like, studio money behind them. And even if they, like, big studio, like Paramount. And even if they got big money like that behind them, if they aren't moving merch, if they aren't making some kind of money outside of, you know, just the show and airing and stuff, things tend to get canceled anyway. I've seen that happen, and it's always disappointing. But yeah, I'm sad it's over. I was having a good time watching it. It's been 2 years now, I guess. I guess I've been feeling kind of existential ever since then, though. Can I be a strong person? The things about me that I've got the power to change. Can I be a strong person and do that? I don't know. Maybe I'll just be a coward in the end. I don't know. I'd prefer to think about happy things, though. I made sure to make some coffee tonight. Okay, level 45. Yeah, this is moving pretty quickly. And then after I do Pokopia, after I go back to Pokopia and do the DLC that's out for it so far, I don't know what I'll do next. Do I continue with Nexamon? I mean, outside of the one-off games, I'm kind of having the most success in finishing Pokemon games. I mean, just playing Pokemon games wouldn't be so bad. I kind of wanted to avoid pigeonholing myself like that, but... It's not necessarily bad things to play, and I'd be playing them anyway, so... I just wish Pokemon had more, like, small one-off games. Outside of fan games and things. I'll worry about getting hit by Nintendo copyright. Being one of those unlucky people. So, I kinda gotta decide what to do about that. It's tough. If I played another Pokemon game next, it would probably be Violet. I'd kind of like to play through that again. It had its problems, and only like one of the stories in it was particularly good, but yeah. I'd also really like to get to play the DLC. I never did do that. Yeah. I might go and do that next, I'm not sure. I'll have to see. I'm working on brute forcing my way through that, VTuber avatar. I don't know if it's gonna work out. But if not, I found someone who can make budget VTuber models, so I might just end up commissioning them anyway. I like their style. The rigging's a little bit simplistic, but I kind of like the older style ones. I have played with some of those before, the pre-made ones. I don't know, it has got a kind of charm to it. I don't like it when models come off as too over-rigged. Just a little bit too distracting, I think. The old ones have a bit more of a solid feel. It's difficult to describe. I guess it's kind of like playing platformer game with... Playing something like any of the Donkey Kong platformers, those have a good amount of weight behind them. They move like they look like they should. Like, you can just look at it and know how things are gonna start and stop when you're jumping and running and stuff. Versus something like the old Bubsy games. Floaty. Terrible. Horrible. Or any other platformer with really bad floaty controls. The new Bubsy game looks pretty fun though. I'm actually looking forward to that one. I can't actually remember when it comes out though. $46. Yeah. The experience point share being attached was making things really slow before, I think. Having to split the experience. Not having to split it is going much faster. At least it feels like it is. It's just the Nuzlocke angle that's got me worried here. Type advantages. Experience point share. Kindle Road. Okay. I'm hoping I'm not mixing things up with what level this is doable at. I remember the, I remember home being a touch easier, the Elite Four. And that, I think one time I got away with, like, mid-40s and type advantage. But I can't remember if that really works here or not. Find out, I guess. Well, I'll get everyone up to at least 50. I wonder how heavily I can rely on Zephyr's Toxic. It might partially come down to that. I don't think anyone's got any confusing moves. I saw somewhere else suggest Kindling Road. I don't know if it's really gonna be better than this, though. What's this? What's this? Uh-oh. Sorry, this isn't related to the game. I've just been really invested in the Lego scandal. Looks like there's a new update. Uh-oh. It's like... Lego, step in and do something at this point. I heard that they'd partnered or something with Bricks and Minifigs just before this, so this feels like a really bad look for them. Six, there we go. Pinky. Well, this battle. No, I don't think that'll be quite enough to bring him up to level 47. This one right here, this guy concerns me the most. Come out here, little mouse. I'll treat you right. I don't like it. Mm. 47. Okay. Let's see. Fire blast this time. There we go. Well, I'd figure worst case everyone ends up going down here. Honestly, if that happens, I may just continue it as a regular run. Hold on. Did I? Oh, I don't know. There we go. I suppose at that point I'd just continue with this team. I mean, why not at that point? They'd be the highest level stuff. I'm trying to see what levels people recommend. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to have to go in at the 50s and rely on type advantages. Let's see. Switch you out for Riley. I'll just keep going. And just keep going until everyone's out of points for their moves. Straight. I read that kindling wood is good, but I know I'm not going to get... I know I'm not going to be able to get any more than... It's tough. I don't think anyone there is going to have anything particularly more higher level than what's here. At least not enough to make a difference experience-wise. Probably not when I can battle up to 6 trainers at a time here. Let's see, my red learn set. You'll learn... Oh, you'll learn bounce. Huh. I was hoping Rapidash would learn... Would have learned Flamethrower be a level up, but it doesn't look like... It doesn't look like it's gonna be the case. Which is too bad. So I may have to burn... money for that. Speaking of which, I forgot to load up the amulet coin on Riley. Oh well. Next battle. Next battle. I'd like to have something a little bit more reliable than Fire Blast. And with more points. Five isn't going to cut it. Not against the Elite Four. Amazing. Okay, who else? Who else? You learned your move, you learned your level up review. Okay, Zapdos. Oops. There we go. Zapdos. Does Zapdos learn anything interesting? Okay, Thunderwave, Thundershock. Charge, light screen. No, not really. No Thunderbolts or anything. That's too bad. I know what I just said about the amulet coin. It'll be okay. Okay, almost level 45. Almost level 45. Getting there, getting there. Few things more disappointing than getting a gusher that's already exploded. First world problems, I suppose. Ah well. I think some of them exploded in the bag and now a ton of them are stuck together. I think I'm just going to have to pick it up and eat it like a candy bar. Okay, this time. This time I'll get it switched over. Who had it last? You had a charcoal? You had a charcoal this whole time? Oh, if a miracle seed's right there, then that must mean Zephyr's got it. There we go. What am I at now? 55? 55. I'll need 80 to get... I think I'll need 80 to get another TM. I love you, Earthquake. So good. Strength. Will this battle be enough? Nope, not nearly enough. Not nearly enough to level up. Okay. Okay. There we go. Here we go. You only had 2. I mean, that is really particularly impressive. Oh well. Maybe I'll go off to the islands just for a change of pace. I know there was at least one pretty okay spot up there. Could hit up 2 or 3 trainers at a time. And maybe having higher level stuff will make a little bit of a difference. I'm just super bored of here. I really don't want to. I don't want to battle there anymore. Vermilion. I'm glad the new update for Pokopia is going to take place underwater. I'm supposing that means it's going to be Cerulean or something like that. I wondered if we'd get to see the other areas. Maybe it'll be Cerulean and Mount Moon. I'm not super confident. Mostly because of the level thing. But I don't think I've got it in me to get everyone up to mid-50s. Level 50 in strategy might be the end of my rope. But yeah, even if the Nuzlocke ends, I'm still gonna keep playing. I'm gonna finish it. I'll just finish it as a regular game. I'll use the Elite Four themselves for grinding for the Elite Four. Up a little bit further. It's a bunch of the fighting type trainers. I remember that. Yeah, this was it. This was the spot. Okay. Okay. That's not great. Oh well. What do you got? Level 39. Might make it worth it, I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Secret power. But yeah, I'm glad the new Pokopia area is gonna take place underwater. I was wondering if we'd get a proper dive mechanic. I can't wait to see all the amazing things people are able to do underwater. Even without being able to go underwater, people have made all kinds of cool underwater tunnels and things. So I'd really like to get to see that. Ah. Huh. Unfortunately, the only way my brain is good for anything is if I don't eat and then continuously sip at caffeine while I'm trying to do whatever I actually need to focus on. And I think it's pretty obvious why that's not sustainable. Not all day, anyway. Maybe up until about lunchtime, but... I need actual food at some point. Yeah, I really don't think this is going to be any better. It might act as a nice change of pace, but I really don't think this is gonna be any better in the long run. I do like that the spa is right up there, though. Nice for healing. Oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought. I guess level 46 versus 38 was enough. Yeah, this really isn't going to be any better. I was hoping. Seemed like it might be promising at first. No such luck. I don't think there was anyone in particular up here. It was just that one guy with the explosion. And them, but I can't do anything with them until after beating the Elite Four. Oh well. Maybe there were some trainers on 3 Island I hadn't beaten up yet. I'll go and check. While I'm here, might as well. Before going back. Here we go. Nope, already bad idea. Strength. Yeah, just battle up and just go and battle the wild Pokemon and Victory Road if they provided any kind of money, but they do not, unfortunately. They do not. I just used Earthquake. That's not gonna do me any good. Try again. There we go. No, maybe I have battled everyone out here. Oh. I guess I hadn't battled you yet. Oh wait, this is a swimmer who got her... I think her swimsuit's broken. I've heard about it. It sounds slice of lifey, which I enjoy. I mean, that's the way the name sounds. I don't know anything about it. I was trying to remember what I had heard about it. I feel like it was age gap discourse or something, but... it's fictional. These are not real characters. Just don't copy the potentially bad things you see characters doing, and you'll be okay. You won't get hurt. Okay, I like the cover. I like the cover. I'm gonna check that out later. I don't know if it'll come out to anything, but I like the cover. It just looks cozy. I don't smoke, but I've got friends that do, or vape, or whatever, so whenever they go out for a smoke break, I just go and stand around and absorb the secondhand smoke. Which is probably worse, but whatever. I wonder if I can get all three. Yes. I like how the swimmers don't jump in place, they just kind of drift back and forth with one arm raised. Don't know how they're managing to stay up like that. Maybe they're better at floating than me. I'm more prone to panic flailing. I don't know if I like that. Maybe I'll... I guess it's a good thing none of the Elite Four are ground-type specialists. I just realized that, like, a very large percentage of my team is weak to ground-type. That's fair. Hopefully it turns out to be as wholesome as it looks. If bad for the lungs. I do enjoy a good slice of life slow burn. A lot of my knowledge of various fandoms and medias comes from fanfiction. Like, what's my best example? Probably Lord of the Rings. Despite never having totally sat down and completed the books in one sitting, I've got a feeling which... Let me see. Sometimes I do better with pictures and names. Let me see. No, I hadn't seen that one before. No, sorry. It looks cute though. Ooh. I like these fishes. That looks cute. That might be another one to check out. Which anime tend to be a good time? The Witch Academia, Witch Hat Atelier. Hell, the Witch Hat Atelier just makes me want to play another Atelier game. I wonder if we're getting a new one of those anytime soon. I'd like a new one properly optimized for the Switch too. The Ryza games somewhat recently got properly optimized Switch 2 versions, so I'd kind of like to see that for some of the other games. Actually, what I'd really like is... Well, what I'd really like is far too much, probably. I'd like re-releases of Archinelico. And I'd like them to properly release... I'd like... Yeah, Archinelico and the Arno Surge games. I'd like these properly released in English. Well, only one of those was never properly released in English, but it was kind of a big part of the series. That one part, so... Unfortunately, I've only ever found one other person in the wild who knew what I was talking about. Like outside of forums. But these games are great. I mean, they are kind of fan servicey, but you know, whatever. If you watch anime, you're probably used to that. But these games have some of the most amazing music and amazing lore and amazing world building that I've ever seen. Squished all into a video game. And outside media, too. There's outside stuff outside the video games, but it's glorious. They're responsible for some of my favorite boss themes, final boss themes. Heart and Elko came out first. It's got the I can't say it's unique to it, but it's a little bit more unique than a standard RPG, JRPG. I mean, others have done it too, but it goes the magic is extremely high level technology route. And then the magic is summoned via song. So music is a super integral part to the series. And going along with that, it's got multiple fully translatable languages. But unlike somewhat standard ones, they're based on emotion, which is also kind of what controls the magic. I don't know how to describe it exactly. And these games are lost in publisher hell between Gust and Bandai, I think, so I can't even say there's a good way for me to suggest people attempt to play them. Luckily, the fans behind them are extremely dedicated and extremely insane. It's an amazing combination. The second Tonelico game had an incredibly bad the translation is rather infamous. It's not good. Plus it introduced some game-breaking bugs. And obviously these two things are really bad. Especially for a series that just had this much love and care poured into it, so fans did a complete relocalization of it and undub, fixing things, fixing bugs, fixing translation issues and menu issues and issues that had caused conversations to happen out of order. I just did so much, it was amazing. And then if you've got any idea of how big visual novels can be, of how massive stuff like that can be. The one bigger game I mentioned earlier was a visual novel that never got a proper English translation. Or a proper way to play it in English at all. But these people did that. They translated everything and actually made it playable. Incredible, to be honest. Let's see. Huh, 47, 48. They're almost there. Cool, I got everyone. A little bit more for Zephyr. A little bit more for the others. Getting close, getting close. I'll have to check how close I am on money next time, too. I know the swimmers and tubers aren't going to have as much money as the thugs. Oh. Hey. I don't appreciate that. I wonder if I should kill that. Let's see how much damage. I'll see how much damage Secret Power does, and then decide. Yeah, okay. 2 hits. 2 hits should be enough. A little bit more. I'd really love to play Artinelco on stream at some point. I don't think my current setup could handle it though. Not doing that and streaming at the same time. Something would definitely explode. It's a PS2 game, so it's not that strenuous, but I'm running off a laptop, so... Maybe if I had a setup with a PC and with like a desktop and a laptop. The laptop could do the streaming, the desktop could do the playing. But I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. Maybe someday. Hexapico, that was it, that was it. That was what the whole... I think that was what the universe was called. No. That was what... I think that was what the universe was called in-game. That's not what I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to think of what Artinelico and Arno Surge are considered together. Surge Concerto. I believe they're... Or does that just apply to... I know I'm rambling nonsense at this point. I gotta see what Surge Concerto consists of. Okay, I think Surge Concerto just refers to RCL and Arno Surge. Those are kind of like sister games to Artinelico. And then I think the overall thing is referred to as Hexapico. That's a good question. It would be so cool to get to see Kyogre moving around underwater. But in terms of new stuff, Suicune's not really an underwater type, and I'm pretty sure that's already in the game. Depending on how big of an underwater this is considered, like lake or under the ocean, I could see the lake guardians coming in. I'd say Tapu Fini, but it would be weird to just have one of the Tapus. So, I don't know about that one. I guess part of it will depend on how much of it is underwater. Like, is it gonna be split half and half? Is the entire area gonna be underwater? He was doing his best despite being at such a disadvantage. That's the important part. Poor Groudon. Yeah. I can't say there's a whole lot of Pokemon, legendary Pokemon associated specifically with underwater, so I'm not quite sure. Ooh, you know. It would be cool if they went back to doing the preview thing that they used to do and stick something from Wind and Waves in it. That would be great. That would be really, really, really great. Has Manaphy shown up yet? I bet Manaphy is... Okay, I hadn't actually watched the trailer. Apparently Manaphy was confirmed at the end of the trailer. I had kinda meant to turn it on earlier while I was painting all day, but I kinda ended up forgetting completely. That does make me wonder what the other areas are gonna be. When hadn't we seen it? I don't think we've seen Lavender yet. That would be a really cool area to get. I'd love a remix of Lavender Town. And then I don't really feel like we've seen Cinnabar specifically either, so that could be interesting. Did I ever go back and grab that town map? Town map, I did. Okay. Ooh. A fire and ice area could be cool if we got the Seafoam Islands and Cinnabar squished into one area. And then... presumably this is gonna be Cerulean. So what would that leave? Oh, Indigo Plateau. That could be interesting. Possibly vindicating, depending on how today goes. And Pewter City, so that... Saffron. So yeah, it seems to be mostly this area between Cerulean and Lavender that we hadn't gotten, and Cinnabar and Seafoam Islands potentially. That could be interesting. That could be interesting. Yeah, we still hadn't gotten the proper ice type areas, so that could be a fun way to add that in. But then on top of that, I wonder what the gimmick's gonna be. Like islands in the sky, or underwater, or... And how exactly it's gonna fit in with everything else that's gone on. Because surely it's gonna add more secret notes and things to find. So I wonder exactly what those will be like. One more. Yeah. Okay. Gonna go ahead and heal. All I got left are full heals. Oh well. And how's money looking? Pretty close to being able to afford that TM. Ideally, I could get enough for a lot more than I'm gonna be able to afford. If I just have to choose one, Flamethrower is probably the best, though. Okay, level 46. I'm getting pretty close. I'm getting pretty close. Yeah, if I can get everyone to level 50, then I can at least say I made a valiant effort. Yeah, next time I'm gonna do this, next time, if there end up being extended grinding sections, I think I'm gonna set it up as a live stream and kind of technically live stream it, but just have it private. I thought about just recording it and uploading it, but if I do it that first way, it just... With a disclaimer at the beginning, you can just skip to the end. There's not gonna be a whole lot of talking. But that way it stays quarantined and together with the other live streams. Instead of having like just singular one-off episodes pop up under the regular video tab. I think that'll be the way to keep things looking the cleanest, at least, even if it's kind of a convoluted way to go around it. I don't really care. Then I can also do that if I've got a stretch of free time. I don't have to worry about live streams turning into just giant grinding sessions for hours. I don't think it would be so bad if I was better at keeping up a constant stream of conversation. But I feel like I've got to stop and think about what to say next too much for that to work for me. Oh well. And then even if I do, it's gotta be like a tangent completely unrelated to the game. Because there's literally nothing going on right now. Oh well. There we go. I think one more will be enough to get to level 47. Get to level 47. One more. There we go. I'll take it. Switch you out. Okay. She keeps saying to stay away. She keeps accepting the battle invitation. I feel a little bit bad. But not bad enough. I wonder if that'll be enough. Will that be enough? I'll level up. Yeah! Level 49. Nice! A Pokemon bit through her swimsuit. Yeah, the sprite looks perfectly fine. Still, I feel a bit bad. It seems like they should really make things reinforced for situations like this in this world, though. Mega Horn. Oh. Try again. It'd be nice to use Mega Horn against something super effective for once. Okay. I like Mega Horn. I guess poison means it's not super effective though. Oh well. Still a fun bug move. You were the only one that wanted to battle, right? Yeah. Okay. Who had the Okay, you did have it. You had the amulet coin, good. 35. Six. Okay, is that enough? Is that enough steps? Everyone wants to battle again, good. I think all these battles should be enough to get Riley up to at least level 50. There we go. Feels good. Weeping Bell. I think it's too bad Weeping Bell never got a split evolution. I'm pretty sure it was at some point along the line. I think it may have been uncovered in that Gold Silver Space World leak thing. And it seems it never came to fruition. That's not gonna do me any good. Stop pressing A. Stop! Since we got Blossom, I think Weeping Bell getting a second form would have been nice too. Something with a Sunstone too, probably. I really enjoyed Weeping Bell's Mega Evolution though. Wait. Victory Bell. Victory Bell. Bellsprout, Weeping Bell, Victory Bell. Yeah. I really enjoyed it. It looked like something straight out of Yoshi's Island. It definitely looked like a boss that would have come from there or something. And I saw the other people rendering it in that style as well, so... I felt vindicated after that. Anytime Pokemon makes something vaguely horror themed, I think it really nails the vibes. I'd really like to see something full come out of that someday. Maybe not a game, maybe like a mini, tiny anime or something. I feel like it needs more than one episode. Maybe a couple episodes. Like that one that focused on, Hisuian, Zoroark and stuff. 3 to 5 episodes, I think that would be a good length. I forget if it was from the Twilight Wings subset, but, the one that focused, that one episode that focused on that haunted mansion from, Diamond and Pearl and Platinum with Cheryl and her Chansey going inside. That was great. I'd like something like that, but just with a little bit more time. More than one episode's worth of time to develop. Actually, that wasn't even a full episode. That was like 5 minutes or something. Maybe a full episode would be enough, I don't know. But I think if it had just a little bit of more time than that to build up, it'll be immaculate. Okay. This should be enough to get Riley up to level 50. After that, I gotta see. Everyone else is pretty close. I may have to go back to Cycling Road just to get some more money, though. These people do not have a whole lot of money. Huh. I guess all I've got left is Mega Horn. Oh well. Mega Horn's good, so it's okay. Okay, 50. Good. Yeah, she's the only one with money here. And these other ones aren't going to be good for... It's not going to be good for training Israel on. I mean, the Aroma Lady would be, but not the other two with Water-type Pokemon. That'd be a real pain. Finally, I don't think I've got anything going on super early tomorrow. So I might finally be able to squish some things into shorts. Hi. No problem. Thanks for popping in. I like getting to see familiar usernames. And the event, the entire team goes down in the Nuzlocke. It's just turning into a regular FireRed run after that. I'd like to finish. I'm not giving up on finishing, but I don't have it in me to train up yet another team. Okay, so where is everyone? Here? Uzumaki's level 50, Riley's level 50, so I just got Zephyr and Israel left to get to level 50. And then... I don't know if this is gonna be enough. I remembered what level the rivals... I'm pretty sure Green's last Pokemon is level 63, so... I don't know if it's gonna be enough for all that. But we'll see. We'll see. Back to Vermilion. And then back to... Hold on, let me... Ah! I think that's just enough. I think that's just enough right there. And I can get Flamethrower. That'd make things a lot easier right there. Easier for Israel. Because Flamethrower should be a guaranteed hit. Something's gotta go terribly wrong before it's not a guaranteed hit. Okay. That's got me feeling re-energized. Okay, one more. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna have enough. I'm already gonna have to grind up for money, but yeah, there's no way I'm gonna be able to go long enough to have get a third TM. So, flamethrower really is gonna be the best thing here. No, not you, not you. Over here, I think. Okay, which one is it? Thunderbolt? No. Flamethrower, yes. Okay, team case. Flamethrower. There we go. Nidoran really is versatile. That whole family. Okay, get rid of that. Accuracy 70. Gross. Disgusting. Get out of here. And hello, Flamethrower. Much more reliable. Time to do just a little bit more grinding. I'm guessing it should be there, but at least. I'm guessing by 12 a.m. Oh, 15. That's 5 more than I thought. I'll take it. I thought this one only had 10 points. But I'll always take more than I thought it would have. Okay. There we go. There we go. Easy access for Flamethrower. Maximum destruction. I guess after that I'll just have to make sure I've got enough money for supplies. I wonder if I ever deposited any items. Anything I can sell for later. I don't know if I did or not. I'll have to check. Flamethrower. I love you, Flamethrower. Yeah, I'll have to actually take time tomorrow to squish some things into shorts. I am extremely far behind. So I should probably just start on the latest stuff and work backwards from there. That's probably my best bet. I need a way to keep the control pad, but change it to L equals A mode. Yeah, because holding a controller so I can reach the L button and the control pad at the same time is more comfortable than the control stick. And it's a grid-based game. The control pad just feels right. Who else? Okay, the whole bottom row. Good. Yeah, I'm thinking of doing Violet again next. I don't know. I don't know. I'm having a hard time deciding how I want to set things up. Like, I thought maybe I'd like playing one game just in a row more, but I feel like it's making me feel kind of stuck in place, even if I'm moving forward with it. So then I was thinking of maybe playing one game 2 or 3 days a week. Depending on if I'm able to stream 3 or 4 times in that week. And then using the other extra day to play something else. Just kind of alternating between days. But then it's like, do I play more than one kind of extended thing at once? Like, for example, Pokopia and Violet at the same time? If I manage to stream 4 times in a week, I could choose one of those things to do twice. One of those things to do once, and then like choose a unrelated one-off for multiplayer game or something on that last day. I could do that. That kind of seems like the thing I should do. The kind of thing I should do. But I don't know. And then it's like, do I just want to focus on Pokemon, or do I want to expand out to other adventure kind of games? But gentle. I need gentle. Mario games get too intense sometimes. I can't handle intensity. I take that back. That's not entirely true. It can be 2D intensity. I just don't... I've got depth... I think I've got depth perception problems a little bit, and I can't navigate in 3D spaces very well. Like, I don't get motion sickness. I just don't... It's like, I managed to look up, and there's the sky. And then I managed to navigate down, and I see my feet, and oops, now I'm dead. Pokemon and JRPGs are a little bit more forgiving, and I will make an exception for Monster Hunter. I'll play the heck out of Monster Hunter, but, other than that, I don't play a whole lot of 3D games. .3D games that also require me to be able to quickly navigate things. One of my friends keeps trying to convince me to play Skyrim, but that's not happening. I'll watch other people play it, and I just can't manage to do it myself. Well, I did try one time. I ended up stuck in the character creator for 2 hours and then I couldn't get past the tutorial and I had to make someone else do it and then I died to a mammoth and then I gave up. This is not my idea of fun. I'll just watch other people do it and explain to me what's happening. Explain to me the lore of this place. Explain to me what you're doing. I just can't manage it on my own. Okay, what level are you? What level? What level did I get you to? 49. Okay, you're really close. You're really close. Okay, so after that it's only Zephyr. It's only Zephyr left after that. Either way, the Elite Four... One way or another, the Elite Four are getting conquered tonight. Let me look at the timing of stuff. Dynamic. Okay. August 2026. So what are we in? July, August. Okay. July, August. June, July, August. Okay, so there's a little bit of time before... There's a little bit of time before the DLC Pokopia drops properly, but... Let me look up what the free DLC, but I know there was like a free update coming. I was supposed to... Let me see. Free software update. I'm trying to think about what I could definitely finish up within that time, so I'm not starting something else and then... I wanted to play Nexamon, but I think I'm gonna get lost too much to finish that very quickly. I don't know. That is true. That is true. It's been at least 2 sessions since anyone died. It makes grinding at them up take a little bit longer, but none of these Pokemon are actually a threat any longer. Five, pretty good, pretty good. Secret power. Okay, just a little bit more. Just a little bit more for Israel. Almost. Will this be enough? I feel like coughing's gonna put it just short of level 50. Bounce. I feel like the 85 second turn may paralyze. I hate that 85 accuracy. Yeah, don't learn bounce right now. I just hate that 85 accuracy. And it's just really, really bad. Sunny Day. Sunny Day and Solar Beam. And if it's a Machop, it should just be fighting a Pokemon otherwise, right? I think so. Okay. Zephyr's gonna be especially necessary for the rival, I think. At least with Zephyr, I don't have to worry about poison. That's a plus, at least. I'd go back to 3 Island again if I didn't really need money. I really don't have enough money for supplies after buying that. After buying Flamethrower. I don't know if that was a mistake or not. Oh well. At least each battle for these guys is essentially the price of a hyper potion, so it'll be okay. I always like it when this guy wants to battle. I'm pretty sure level 33 Weezing is the toughest thing up here. Mostly the most experience. I wish I had more coffee. Although if I drink too much of it, it's just going to put me from being awake to put me to being asleep. So, actually maybe it's better that I don't have any more. I feel like that's a sign to go get evaluated for ADHD, but unfortunately I spent all my money on other medical problems, so yeah. It is what it is. I don't know if I should just be using up these hyper potions. I mean, it's not like I'm using... I mean, this was 5 battles out here, so it's like... If I use all that money on hyper potions, I'm coming out 4 potions ahead. That'll be okay. I thought I wanted to do gold or silver or crystal at some point, but getting stuck here grinding is making me a bit less sure about that. Those games are even worse about it. That might just be one of those things that's not the best idea for streaming. Oh well, lesson learned. Sometimes you just gotta try things out to figure out whether it's a good idea or not. And it's not like I'm having a bad time. I've just got concerns that 2.5 out of the however many things this spanned over ended up being grinding. Oh well. I know to take that into consideration for next time now. So I'll consider it good enough. Okay, where am I at money-wise now? I guess there's no point in stopping at this point to purchase stuff. I say as I stop to do just that. Actually, I don't know if I can purchase... I don't remember if I can purchase hyper potions here. I do need to sell stuff though. There's a couple items I can sell, I remembered that. If I need any more of those, I can just purchase more of those later. Get rid of that max revive. Black glasses. Regular repels. Escape ropes. I'll hold on to those. Was there anything in here I could get copies of later? I don't think so. I think anything that I had... I think anything in there that was multiple use I already used up. And I'd have to go collect more. Doing alright, doing alright. Okay. A couple more rounds out here and I should be able to afford enough healing items, and that first should be enough. High enough level and I should just be able to go. Let's see. I don't like these two on the end. They're the ones with all the low-level fighting stuff. But, like, it's at least a little bit of experience and it's money, so I don't want to just pass it up. It felt like things were going faster, but now that things are almost at the end, it slowed down again. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, one more. Mm. 48.5. But I don't feel like I can stop before level 50. That's definitely the lowest I want to go in at. Yeah, I like the ones with the wheezings the best. There we go. I wonder if I should just reload. Well, not reload the whole game, but only fight if it's those two with the wheezing. And otherwise just try again. Just to try and save a little bit of time. Or if doing that would eat up more time in the end. I'm not sure. Well, at this point, even if it just feels like it's still going faster, I think that'll be... Here we go. 49. So close. One more level. Just one more. I wish I had one last rare candy. How many uses of secret power did you have left? Oh, none. Okay. Yeah, I think after this heal up, I'm just going to focus on the two with the wheezing. Just make this a little bit faster. Oh, and I need to check and see if I deposited any items at any point. Did I? No. No. Oh well. I was hoping I had something secret in there. Secret and expensive. A nugget? Anything else? I guess I could go down to Treasure Beach again. Stuff in the Treasure Beach Island should have reset. It's kind of out of the way though. I can't just fly there. I don't know if that's worth it. Okay, the two wheezing guys want to battle. So things are looking up in terms of that. I don't think so. One second, sorry. I was right. I did end up having to eat the rest of the gushers like a candy bar. They were just stuck together. I don't think I'll need them in terms of, I'm not sure they could salvage anything at this point. I think I'd just end up using more resources on capturing them than help they could provide, and I intend to finish this like a regular run if the Nuzlocke doesn't work out anyway. So I think I'll just push forward regularly and go back and catch them at some point later on. Later after everything's finished, one way or another. So close. 49.5. That's such a tiny sliver. That's a little bit unfair. There we go. So close. Maybe these other two. Maybe those other two can push it. Just push it over that level edge. Yeah, I think between those two battles, I think that might be enough. Maybe. That'd be nice. Really close, really close, really close now. So close. Come on. Just the one last level. Please. Come on. Come on. Let me look. Let me look at exactly how many it needs. 73. That's it. I can probably get that off a wild Pokémon. $73. Okay. More than enough. Okay. Okay. Now I just gotta see if this is actually enough money to buy supplies. Or if I've gotta go and grind a bit more. Just for the money. Oof. But I also better give items back. You get a Miracle Stone. You can have an amulet coin. There we go. Okay. Okay, I already sold off all this stuff. Buy. Okay, what can I buy? 10 full restores. I don't really need max potions. Could use some more full heals. Okay, that should be enough of those. And I don't have to worry about revives, but I do have to find a shop with hyper potions. Maybe down in Cinnabar. Max potions are frankly overkill. When nothing I've got exceeds 200 HP. So might as well spend less than half of that on a hyper potion. Yeah, there we go. 23. That really doesn't feel like enough. Okay. Looks like I may need to do some more grinding for money after all. I'll see what I can do. But if that's gonna be the case, I'm gonna stick the amulet coin on Zapdos, and I'm just gonna pour any extra experience that's earned into Zapdos. Zapdos may be the thing that's gotta save us all. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, take me to one island. Let me down on that treasure beach. I might be able to find something cool. Maybe something expensive. Actually, do I have the... Huh. I guess actually I never picked up the item finder. Oops. Oh well. A pearl. Good start. Not bad. Oh well. Probably should have just used Thunder, but I was curious if Drill Peck would be enough. Yeah. Yeah, I've got concerns. Weak to ice, weak to water. Uzumaki would probably be okay, except I don't know if Jinx have Psychic on them. Probably. Honestly, I think she's gonna be the toughest test here just based on type advantage. I think she's got a slow bro. That's probably what I need to be the most concerned about. Bulky. Too bulky. Too psychic-y. That's not a good combination. Not for me, anyway. Okay, Pearl, an Ultra Ball. And is that gonna be it? I was hoping for a bit more. Wait, what was that? What was that? I saw the word Atelier in my peripheral vision. I was scrolling through Nintendo Direct information. Oh, Stardust, cool, but... I saw the word Atelier. Was this related? Was this related to... Hold on. New Atelier game on the horizon. Yes. 2027. Okay, so this one's getting a bit of time to cook. Okay, good. Atelier Caria, the Night Kingdom, and the Guide of Memories. So what's this one related to? Is this one... What's this related to? Is this a... The Alchemist of Memories. The Guide of Memories. Okay, so this one's related to Atelier Yumiya. The Atelier games come in trilogies that are somewhat related to each other. Looks like this one's going to be the Memories trilogy. Okay, so that's cool. I still need to play Yumiya. That was one that came out on the original Switch, among other systems. It did come out on other systems, but it was not properly... The Switch was not meant to handle a game like this. So it doesn't exactly run super great. I hear it's a little bit better on the Switch 2, but it does not actually have a properly optimized Switch 2 version. Normally I hate crafting in games, but for some reason in the Atelier games I love it. I will gladly make an exception in my crafting-hating heart for Atelier. I guess it's just because crafting is the main focus, so crafting in those games is actually good instead of an afterthought. No memories of the past. That's not really much to work with. Amnesiac protagonist. I guess it makes sense for a trilogy about memories. Well, I say trilogy. Occasionally they do get a fourth entry. But that doesn't tend to happen until like many years after the original trilogy's released, and they've also been kinda standalone-ish things. I don't know how to describe it exactly. I just get excited whenever a new Atelier game is announced. I did not find as much here as I was hoping to. I mean, the Stardust and 2 pearls isn't terrible, but it's not exactly great either. What to do. I guess I could battle some One Island trainers. See if I can get more money off of them first. That's probably the way to do it. Well, I was hoping to... I see. I was hoping to actually be facing off with the Elite Four at this point, but not such luck it seems. That's okay. I should probably try and go get that item ball. I'll be taking them on at some point tonight, one way or another. Go and get that item ball down there. Maybe it's something expensive. Max repel. Oh well. Worth a try, I guess. Nothing with Rock Smash. Nothing I'm gonna teach Rock Smash. Not on me right now, anyway. Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma is another thing I'd like to play at some point. I don't know, there's so many things I'd like to play. It's just tough to decide between everything. I don't know, I may just have to make a list. I may just have to make like a tier list. And just figure it out from there. Try and actually narrow stuff down. Write down what I'd like to play. Narrow things down. Hopefully, Drill Peck will just be enough to take care of everything here. And hopefully it gets me a decent amount of money. Swimming around an island 3 times before breakfast. Entirely too much. I was hoping that would hit. No such luck there either. So close. So close. I may just have to purchase what I can and go in as is. Like, I feel kind of bad, but at the same time, I've got limits. I've got limits as to how long I can be stuck somewhere grinding over and over again. Oh. That was a much better amount of money, at least. That's enough for at least 3 more of them right there. Can I... Is there a way to hit up all... Okay. One more round, maybe. One more round. Yeah, I think this will be my last go round, and then I'm just gonna buy what I can, and then just move ahead from there. If everyone hadn't already died, it wouldn't be so bad at this point. But I forgot in the event that does happen that there's absolutely nowhere else to go for training. Okay, one more trainer. One more trainer. One more battle. Just this last one. Maybe this will also push Zapdos to level 55. That'd be great. Okay. Okay. One way or another, that's all I got, please. I just... I just want to move forward. Vermilion. Vermilion. Yeah, Vermilion. Maybe if it doesn't work out as Nuzlocke, I'll go and try and complete the Pokédex or something. At least as far as I can get for now. Then again, I remember what it took in Emerald now to get the Johto starters in Emerald. Maybe I won't be doing that. If I can get a friend to buy a leaf green, maybe I could at least complete the Kanto Pokédex. That wouldn't be so bad. That could be fun. Okay, down to Cinnabar. Buy a couple more. Nope. Well, did I heal up already? Okay, healed up. A couple more. Okay. How many hyper potions can I buy? I can buy 10 more. Or... I could buy like 8 more. And then I could also afford 1 singular emergency full heal. It's a full restore. I don't know if this is going to be enough, but I'm so tired of being stuck here, stuck in place. I'm gonna get as far into the Elite Four as possible. And then if that doesn't work, I will just continue it as a normal run and use the Elite Four to grind for the Elite Four. The way Arceus intended. It just became so time-consuming at the point there was nowhere left to grind. Oh, save. You gotta save in the center of the Pokeball. It just feels right. Okay. Move this full restore up. Okay. Water, ice. Water, ice, water, ice. It's gonna be water or ice. Yep. This is it. This is when I see if we can make it or not, or if we immediately get squished. One way or the other. It's happening. Freezing moves are powerful. Your Pokemon will be at their mercy when they're frozen solid. Are you ready? Probably not, but I'm gonna try. Here we are. Dugong? Yeah, Dugong. 52. I was too worried about Dugong having sheer cold. Let's try it. Thunder. Okay, okay. Good start. Good start right there. Okay. Slow, bro. This is the one I'm worried about. Everything here is basically weak to it in some capacity. Who's gonna be best? I really don't want you getting hit by Psychic, but I wonder if it could tank a Psychic to get a Toxic off. May have to try it. Slowbro is the one that I was worried about. Let's try it. Toxic. Okay. Good start. Ice Beam. Okay. Okay. 99, 86, 99. None of your moves are gonna be good against it. 129. Yeah, I'm just going to have to rely on Zapdos for this, for a lot of this. Thunder? Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. I know it's just Lorelei. She's the first one up, Lapras. May switch out to Uzumaki. See if I can heal Zapdos up and get a Rain Dance off. That'd be pretty ideal right there. I better at least start with healing. Then even if I can't get Rain Dance off. Okay, Confuse Ray. I don't like that. And again. Why don't I try Brick Break? Yes. Okay. I think a second one of those. Citrus. No good then. Okay. Come on, critical hit. No! That's the opposite. That's the opposite of what we needed right now. If I can Rain Dance, I can pivot into Zapdos and then have a guaranteed hit for the rest of its thunders. But I also don't think anything the Lapras has got is going to be a real threat to Uzumaki. So it may just be better to forge ahead with Uzumaki right now. Body Slam, Ice Beam. Confuse Ray. So what else does that leave? Does that have Perish Song? Or Hydro Pump? Might be Hydro Pump. Come on. I'm not made out of hyper potions. If that's the case, I don't think it's going to end up using Hydro Pump against Uzumaki because water absorb. It's the worst when they break out of confusion only to get immediately hit with paralysis. Okay, if I can get 2 brick breaks off, I think that'll be enough. Maybe. Might be just short. Let's try it. There we go, critical hit. This is all going surprisingly well so far. Cloister. I don't think Cloister should be much of a threat either. I lament having to use up so many hyper potions. But if this battle can just keep going smoothly this way, I don't mind it. Yeah. Oof. I think Uzumaki's bulky enough that I don't have to worry too much about chip damage. It's not like she can switch out for anything that would be super effective. I don't think she can just switch out for Jinx. What a pain. Maybe I can just do a little bit more damage. Yeah, to be honest, considering how much of my stuff is either weak to ice or water, I was a bit worried about this one. I'm hoping I can use Surf and knock Cloister's HP down just enough. Maybe I should go with Ice Beam instead. I want to knock its HP down just enough that I can knock it out with a second Brick Break and not have to worry about her healing it up. Spikes. I don't like that. Bruno usually isn't too tough either. It's mostly Lance and the rival that I'm worried about after this. Ooh, you got dive. Water absorb. Well, I'm happy for that. I didn't think the programming would let I use a water type move against water absorb, but I'll take it. I guess maybe since Hail and Spikes had already been used. Just short. She's gonna heal up now. Maybe I'll use a full heal so I don't have to worry about the paralysis. It'll be a free heal since she's also gonna use a full restore. Okay, Surf. And then Protect is more annoying than anything else so far. Good to know. Cloister's apparently only damaging move is just going to heal Uzumaki's HP though. There we go. And all that's left to worry about is Jinx. Come on. A little bit more, just a little. If you could stop that, I'd be really appreciative. How many times is this going to go off in a row? Successfully. Come on. The biggest pain is going to be how much it drained Brick. Okay, there we go. Ooh, Mind Reader. When do you learn dynamic punch? Hold on. Dynamic punch. Holy rat. FireRed. Why do you get Mind Reader if you're not gonna get Dynamic Punch to go along with it? That's the only... No. Get rid of that. If there's ever a possibility for you to learn Dynamic Punch in the future, maybe I'll consider it, but not right now. Okay. It shouldn't have any water type moves. This should just be pure ice and psychic, so this should be Israel's turn to shine. Hopefully. So close. I was hoping to avoid that. At least with sleep, I can use the Poke Flute. I forgot that was a thing that Jinx does. Okay, Flamethrower. I'm just gonna keep moving ahead with Flamethrower until Lovely Kiss or something gets... There we go. I was hoping Flamethrower would go off before Lovely Kiss did. Okay, there we go. Things shouldn't be this way. You're probably right, but they are. Okay. Okay. That went more smoothly than I thought. Used up more potions than I would have liked. Used up more uses of pretty much completely drained Brick. I don't like that, but okay, fighting. Rock and fighting. Then it should be okay. Save between each of these in case I accidentally manage to soft reset it. I'd rather not start all the way back at the beginning. I'd also prefer to just not soft reset it, but I am clumsy. Okay, Surf. It should crumple in the face of Surf. Yep. Onyx is basically useless, and I feel bad for that. Hitmonchan. I kinda feel like I should just keep sending out Zapdos. Being flying type and all. I feel like Zapdos will have the easiest time. Oof. Oh. Oh no. Oh, okay. Well, that wasn't so bad. I don't like that speed reduction though. Yeah, I'm thinking about... what am I thinking about? I don't know. I don't know. That thought escaped. Oh well. It's probably for the best. I'm supposed to be focusing. A champ. I don't think anyone else is going to be particularly good against it. I'm worried. Maybe I'll detect. See if it immediately uses a rock type move. Okay, so the answer is yes. Okay, so who's got the highest defense here? 114. 24. Send out my own fighting type. Okay, rain dance. Uh-oh. Okay, we really need to take care of it before we can do that continuously. Okay, Uzumaki, you really gotta do this. I need you to aim to take it out in one shot. Oh no. Can't take too many more of those. That's not good, that's not good, that's not good. Might have to go for guaranteed thunder hit. Do I heal up? I feel like I should. I didn't think Bruno would be too much trouble, but I forgot about Machamp. Okay, how many is that? That's... If it doesn't get a critical hit, it could survive another one of those. Let's try Thunder. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. 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 Nothing Bruno's got is gonna be worse than Machamp. Okay, yeah, that was not worse than Machamp. The rain stopped. So now I can go back to Drilpeck. Okay. Okay. What kind of berries do I have? Defrosting. Healing burns, curing poisons, waking up. I can at least give out those ones to hold on to. Heal you up. Heal you up. All considering things haven't been too terrible so far. It has me a little bit concerned. Okay, now are you going to start with the ghost or are you going to start with the Golbat? No, it's not like I have anything that's going to be particularly good against ghosts anyway. Yeah, I might start looking into if I've got what I've currently got on Violet. I can't remember. It's been a while since I played. Nope, you're just starting out with your Gengar. Of course. What I currently got in Violet, and if it can fit in a single box, and if it can essentially fit in the free home plan. Oh well, at least Drilpeck. At least Drilpeck should two-shot it. Spoke too soon. Yet again. Okay, full restore. How about Thunder? How will that do? Oh wow, that was a near one-shot. Alan! Nice. If she doesn't full restore it, this should knock it out this turn. Yeah. Before it can become too much trouble. Golbat. Thunder! I love you, Zapdos. Okay, I feel like this has been a relatively strong start so far. Lance is what I'm worried about. Arbok. Okay. Riley. Riley, you hadn't gotten to go yet. But you've got Earthquake. And you're holding a Lumberry in case of glare. Oh yeah, forgot about Intimidate. He'll move forward with Earthquake anyway, it should be fine. Even if it's gotta be a two-shot, it should still be a two-shot. That might be just high enough that she won't heal. Yes. Between Intimidate and Screech, I'm going to want to switch Riley out. Once a competitive battler, always a competitive battler, I suppose. Even if I wasn't very good at it. I like figuring out how things would fit together all like one big puzzle. And just wrong with the person berry. I was more worried about I was more worried about, confusion than I was asleep. Okay, fine. Could you wake up? Could you wake up, please? Okay, mean look, curse. Dream Eater. Uh-oh. I wasn't expecting that. I thought that was DM only. Well, I was less worried about Lance, but now I'm significantly more worried about Lance. I took a gamble and it didn't pay off. I thought Dream Eater was just a DM move. Never mind. I'll keep pushing forward. Awakenings. Dream Eater won't work. Drill Peck. The horrors persist, but so do we. One final Gengar. I don't like that it's got Sludge Bomb. I don't appreciate that. Okay. All you've got are grass and normal. That's not gonna work. You've at least got some things other than that. Okay. But does it have levitate? I can't remember. Levitate. Okay. It ended up being less good than I thought. And I also should have pulled out that emergency full restore. But what's done is done. I think one drill peck should be enough. Okay, drill peck. Oh, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. Only one casualty so far. Unfortunately, it was kind of the one that was really important. For the rival. And for Lance. But you know. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. That'll be okay. If I just keep saying that, maybe it'll be true. I better restore Thunder. Okay, now what did Lance start off with? Did he start off with Aerodactyl? I can't remember what Lance starts off with. You know, I have to imagine, besides being my own fault, it's probably also that Ice Beam TM. Everything I teach Ice Beam dies for some reason. Everything that either comes in with it, or learns it by leveling up, or I teach Ice Beam, it dies. It's not a good move. I don't know why this is happening. Yes. Okay, good start. Good start. Off to a good start against Gyarados. Aerodactyl. Don't want to change out for anyone else. I don't think so. I don't think so. Of ancient power. Just short of being completely devastating. I think it could potentially take 2 of those. Doesn't look like I'm gonna have to find out though. Dragonair. I might should use this opportunity to heal up. I shouldn't bother poisoning Dragonair. It's got shed skin. Dragon Rage. Outrage. That Dragon Rage was just to lure me into a false sense of security. That's okay. It's still just a Dragonair. I can wait it out. I can wait till it gets tired. I can wait till it gets tired and then have a pretty clean switch in. And I'll be confused. A relatively good chance of a switch in. A good switch in. Okay. Yeah. After 2 days of grinding, that just completely switched. Then that completely slipped my mind. I completely forgot about that. I'm going to heal up Zephyr just in case I've got to rely on Toxic at all for the Dragonite. Of course. You know, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. It'll eventually wear off. That's fine. Okay. at least is locked in. So I should be able to get Earthquake off faster than I can get another Outrage off, and he shouldn't be able to heal it up because it's locked into Outrage. Okay. And this is why I hate moves that lock you in. Second Dragonair. I thought he had more Dragonite than that, but I guess I must have been mixing it up with Gen 2. You're a bit stronger, huh? Should be able to take a second hit. Poison point. No longer protected by Safeguard. Shed Skin kicks in though. There we go. Confused it to Fatigue. Should go first. Okay, so that only leaves the big Dragonite. Okay, Dragonite. Now the question, do I start with Zephyr? Use Toxic and then pivot into Verdam. Maybe I just better try forging ahead with Verdam. I'll try it. 60. That's a little bit more intimidating. I'm not sure why I wasn't expecting that to happen. Oh well. Okay. Okay. Thunder. Now's when I'm really wishing I still had Rain Dance. Okay, that's really not so bad. All considering. Can tank an Outrage or two. Wait for Confusion to kick in. Could fly. Missed that last Outrage. No longer protected by Safeguard. Confused. Now if this can knock it down just enough so that it doesn't Citrus Berry. Clever boy. Okay. Yes! Okay, I really didn't think we'd be making it this far. This is pretty exciting. I'm actually pretty hyped up at this point. Other than Uzumaki or Uzumaki. This is going way smoother than I thought. Okay, healed. Healed. Okay. Let me check where how everyone's doing in. Okay. You get an elixir. You're still good. Okay. Okay. You get an ether. An earthquake. Color matches. That's gotta be a good sign. And then I've got an elixir in here somewhere. Elixir. And that goes to Zapdos. Okay. He should be starting with his bird, right? He always starts with his bird. There's no reason for him not to start with a bird. Okay, this is it. This is it. Will I be a champion, or will everyone die a terrible death? Okay. Okay, good start. Good start. Oh, right on. I don't have a water type. Zephyr would be... Okay. Zephyr, whatever comes up, I need you to tank it. If you can get Solar Beam off. Okay. It's faster. I don't think this is gonna end well. Oh. Okay, okay, it's better. It's not gonna do much damage, but... Flamethrower. Oh wow. That's too much damage. That's too much damage. That should be resistant. Oh no. Can I get a couple double teams off? If I can get enough double teams off that it's not hitting consistently, I may be able to do something here. But that's kind of a big if. But I think that might be my only hope at this point. I'm gonna go for it. Gonna go for it, gonna go for it, gonna go for it. Okay. Okay. It's starting to miss. Starting to miss. Starting to miss. This is good. This is good. This is good. Of course. Okay, I think that's enough that he's going to try and heal up. But I also feel like I can't heal. I can't not heal. Gotta try it again. Gotta try it again. Gotta try it again. Gotta hope for a critical hit. Okay, at this point, I've gotta hope. What do I gotta hope for? Running out of power points. Missing. It's too much for me to just switch into anything else. But I'm also going to eventually run out of... I'm gonna run out of... Okay. Come on. Be just enough. Just enough HP. Okay, barely held on. I don't know what was with that bite out of nowhere. Divine intervention, I guess. Alakazam, you absolutely cannot stay out against Alakazam. That's just going to have to be. I'm just going to have to brute force my way through with Zapdos. Dropek. Come on. 2 Dropeks. 2 Dropeks should do it. Come on. Okay, level 57. Good. Right on. $102. $114. $119. Maybe best. Okay, he's got 3 Pokemon left. I'm still working with 4. I'm not exactly at an advantage, but I've got numbers. I've got numbers on my side. Okay, I think it leaves 45. 45. It's not going to be enough. It's 57. Not going to be quite enough. Here's where things get difficult, I guess. Uh-oh. Zephyr. I think it's going to come down to whether it's, at least in Rhydon's case, whether it's got a rock type move or not. Zapdos isn't going to tolerate a... Zapdos isn't going to tolerate a rock type move, but anything else that should be up to tank. But will Drill Peck be enough to wear it down? Drill Peck's not going to be enough, is it? Blunder's not going to work. Fly's not going to work. I don't know, I'm worried this is it. I might be able to get one hit off with this trial. If it uses takedown. Rock 2. Okay. It may be a good thing. I'm sorry. What do I want to do here? Do I want to try and get one flamethrower? I think I can get one flamethrower off. Which might weaken it enough that Riley could use Earthquake. And just worry about it. It's not going to... I'm going to try it. Yes. Okay. Israel, you may live to see another day. Okay, switch out for Riley. I just can't risk weakening it so much that he uses a... I'm worried that this is going to weaken it too much that he's going to use a potion before I can get Earthquake. I also don't know if it's going to be faster. If it's faster, then Riley goes down. And then he's going to end up using a potion anyway. That may have been the wrong choice, I'm not sure. No. Oh well. I can at least get an Earthquake off. If I'd done that last turn, I may have been able to beat it this turn. Yeah. Zephyr was the last one left. That may be what I have to try for. I think this is it. I think this may be it. Okay, switch out. That may be my last chance. I'll give it a shot. Because I can't keep healing Israel. Okay, I guess it comes down to this. Hyper Potion. Running low. Oh, wow. This was farther into the Elite Four than I expected to make it. So it was a good run. It was a good run. You're just gonna keep using Scary Face? Huh. Okay. Did you run out of... I'm wondering if it ran out. That's what I'm wondering. Joe picks the move that's gonna be strongest here. I don't think I can manage to wear it down before I run out of... I can try. True. I wish it hadn't gotten off like 3 Scary Faces, but it is what it is. Okay. Five healing items left. Gotta be really careful here. Okay. I think it may be out. I think it may be out of takedown. And he may be out of healing items. So I'm going to need to be full health going into the last Pokemon. Okay. I didn't think it would come down to this. But here we are. I might should have healed that turn. I think this may knock it out. Okay. I think the next struggle should knock it out then. It's not gonna leave much healing going into Blastoise, but at least I think Blastoise is next. But it's just gonna have to be what it is. Come on. Well, that's still... Nope. I thought that still might use up some HP. Okay. Oh, 2 left. Okay, I don't think I'm making it out of this. I will give it a good try, though. Okay, well that's a slightly better start than I expected. Okay. Let me see. Fly is 70. Jopek is 80. And that's gonna come down to 20 more. Ah! Do I go ahead? Do I dare? Kinda don't want to use it just yet. Not just yet. Light screen. Okay. Well, I was planning on using physical moves anyway. Egg bomb. Shouldn't be strong enough to... Sleep powder. Critical hit? No. No such luck. I can't not heal though. Jopek. Not enough. Light screen wore off. That sleep powder is proving troublesome. I don't have anyone else to switch out to. Get rid of the scary face. Speed reduction. Okay. Okay. If nothing else. At least it came down to each of our last Pokémon. And that's pretty good. I've only got one healing item left. I know, this is the most intense battle I've had in a long time. I love it. This is very thrilling. This is my last healing item. I was hoping it would start off with a rain dance. Okay. If it keeps using Hydro Pump, I may be able to get off 2 Thunders. It's going to come down to whether or not those hit, I think. And whether or not it keeps using Hydro Pump. Rain dance, rain dance. I'm so excited. So close. If Hydro Pump hits, I think it's going to be too strong. I'm out of Detect. Okay. It all comes down to this. Heart of the cards. Oh well. That was so close. That was so good. I don't even care that I lost. That was actually a lot of fun. Oh well. That would have been a really cool and cinematic way to win right there, but it was just short. That's too bad, but I had a lot of fun with it. Oh well. Oh well. That was really close in the end. I'm glad I came down like that. Not that I lost, but... oh well. That was fun. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I might have been able to do it if I'd remembered to bring in one other Pokemon to sacrifice, but that's okay. That's okay. I came down really close in the end, and that was really intense. That was a lot of fun, I have to say. So yeah, I'll have to write down everything I'd want to do and see what's realistic to finish before the new Pokopia expansion comes out, because I'm gonna want to switch to that. I'm gonna want to switch to that once that starts up, so I'm gonna just, yeah, I'm just gonna have to write down everything I want to do and actually come up with a plan from there. There's a non-zero chance it just ends up being Pokemon Violet, because I'd kind of like to replay that and play the DLC. I never played the DLC the first time, but it's supposed to be really fun. So yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here for the night. I think that's a good place to end off. That was a lot of fun though. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for seeing this that intense final battle. I'm really surprised I made it that far, to be honest. Anyway, thank you. Good night.